Hi BookTube, this is Kelly and thank you so much for watching Books I'm Not Reading. I tried making this video yesterday and it just felt flat and I just didn't like it, so here's hoping that this works. If you're wondering about all of my garb, I actually tried to, dress like an adult today. I curled my hair, felt like, but I'm freezing. I'm freezing in our house right now. It's been raining, trying to snow this morning, and I think between tonight and tomorrow we're supposed to get 7 inches of snow. So good thing I got pictures of the crocuses when I did, because they'll be gone. But anyway, so this is my second quarter TBR for the year. And if you are new to my channel, first of all, welcome. And second, this year I'm trying to read, in a twist of ironic fate, I'm trying to read almost exclusively from books that my husband and I already own. So we're only using the library in very specific circumstances, and we're not buying any books. And one of my goals was to try to read the books that I have owned the longest and not read. So I actually read both of those books, and then in the middle of the night remembered, there was this other book I bought before those two. This is Pete Hamill's News is a Verb. You might know Pete Hamill from his book Snow in August, and he also has a memoir, Drinking Life, but it's called Journalism at the End of the 20th Century. So you can tell I bought it a while ago. Actually went to an event when I was living in New York City, and he was the speaker, and I picked this up there, and I can even tell you, I saw him June 2nd, 1998. So anyway, so I will add this to my, my goals to read, because it definitely is the oldest book. I hope I don't find something else. But I'm not sure that I really want to read about journalism at the moment. So, it's less than 100 pages. So it won't take me long to read, but I just don't know. I don't know if I'm going to get to that or not. So I just wanted to update you on that. But otherwise, reading what we own seems to be going well. I did have some struggles with coming up with this quarter's TBR. Just because, man, it's just hard to concentrate. It's hard to focus sometimes. I think I go back and forth in between things. I have been reading books for work, so I have gotten 2 of the 3 of those done. I'm going to hopefully make a good dent in the 3rd one today. But anyway, so I don't know that this is actually what I end up reading in the second quarter, but I'll throw the list out there and we'll see what happens. So I didn't get to Everything is Illuminated by Jonathan Safran Foer in the first quarter. This is a really wordy book though, so I'm not sure that I'm going to get to it, but I'll just keep it out. No harm in that. In April, Rainy from Rainy Day Reads and I are going to read A Midsummer Night's Dream. I have seen the film adaptation several times, but I've never actually read the play. So I'm going to correct that in April. I also asked around about events that are taking place. Those of you who I know to be super joiners of things. And one of my goals this year is to participate in new events. So I did March of the Mammoths, which I did not do last year. And this year I hope to participate in AussieaPril by reading Tim Winton's The Writers. This is described as a psychological thriller on the back, so I might actually start this today because it seems like a good kind of escape. But it's about a guy who's waiting at the airport, I believe in Ireland. Yeah, an Irish airport for the arrival of his wife and his daughter. And his daughter gets off the plane and his wife does not. And so it's about the search for her and that kind of thing. So it sounds really good. It sounds really interesting. It's definitely been on the shelf for a long time, and I thought it would be fun to participate in AussieApril. I will leave a link to that event announcement down below if you're interested in participating in that. Let's see, a few other things. So I did post a TBR for a Curious Adventure, and that is being hosted by Curious Reader, and it's a year-long attempt to read more nonfiction. So I made my list. I went through that already before, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about these. There's My Life with Bob by Pamela Paul. I've heard so many great things about this from all of you. This is Broken, a love story by Lisa Jones. This takes place actually just a county away from me, and so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to read this or not, but I'm gonna give it a shot. We'll see what happens. The other book I'm reading for Curious Adventure is Inspired by Rachel Held Evans. This is a book where she kind of takes some of the biblical stories and dives a little bit deeper into them, talks about possible interpretations, things like that. So I am really excited to read this, and I might get to this sooner rather than later. We'll see. For some of my own goals, I am trying to read all of Betty Smith's books this year. So the one for April that I had decided I was going to read, and by the way, I was reading these with two other folks out there. Hi, I hope you're well. And I haven't heard from them in a while, so if you want to join me for Maggie Now, that'd be great. Let me know. Send me a message on Voxer. If not, I totally understand because the world is crazy. I will also be reading, I always forget this title, Tomorrow Will Be Better. I have it on pre-order, and I should be getting that sometime in May, so that's my plan. But all of Betty Smith's books are slightly autobiographical. So far I've read, for the third time, I read A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, and for the second time I've read Joy in the Morning? Yeah, Joy in the Morning. And so this is the first one that I haven't read this year, so I'm really excited about that, those two books. I'm also trying to read all of the books I own that are from this special Bloomsbury group selection. I think I have 3 of the 6 of them. I love these covers. I'm such a sucker. But this one I'm really curious about. Miss Hargraves by Frank Baker. A couple of kids who, I think they write a letter to an imaginary person. They make this woman up, and then she shows up at their house. So there's something almost kind of Mary Poppins-like about it that I find really appealing. So I'm looking forward to that. And then I'm also trying to read all of Tim O'Brien's books. Normally I would wait till July to read this. I really, really want to appreciate Jane Austen July this year. I'm hoping to fully immerse myself in that. And so this is on tap for June. We'll see how that goes. A couple other things that I have, again, not really sure if I'm going to get to or not, but I'm going to try. I'm trying to read more poetry. This is The Captain Lands in Paradise by Sarah Mangusto. I hope I'm saying that right. So this is just a slim volume of poetry. Jason and I own a lot of poetry, but he's read most of it. I've hardly scratched the surface, so trying to read more of that. Since I finished one collection of short stories, I thought I would try another. This is My Father's Tears by John Updike. Jason bought this for me. Bless his heart. I don't know why. I have read 4 John Updike books as part of the Pulitzer Project, which I read all of the books that have won the Pulitzer Prize for fiction or Pulitzer Prize for the novel, as it was previously called. And I felt like I was pretty good on John Updike. I don't feel like I need to read anymore, but I have this, so why not? We'll see what happens. This is one that if I read it, I probably be able to let go of it. And finally, just to try to lighten things up a bit, this is Pax by Sarah Pennypacker, and this was a gift, and I think it's about a little fox. It looks super cute. I didn't read anything for middle grade March, so maybe I just need to dive into some of my younger books at the moment. I'm just feeling, or like some of our mass market paperbacks that we own. I don't know exactly. So it'll be interesting to see at the end of this quarter what I actually did end up reading. But for the moment, I'm leaving all these books out, and I'm gonna try to stick with it, but also just give myself some grace. All right, you guys, remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I hope you're all doing well and staying safe. And I will talk to you soon, BookTube. Take care.